Welcome to Chair Yoga. Today we're going to work on inviting change into our bodies. So join me for this practice of inviting change. Sitting about 3/4 of the way in your chair, the first thing you want to think about is, how are you breathing? You want to breathe deep and evenly. So place a hand on the belly. Breathe into that hand. Make the exhale nice and smooth. Consciously thinking now about how you're breathing. We don't often do that. During the day, we just breathe, right? But here we're making an effort to change how we breathe just a little by breathing just a little deeper and exhaling a little longer, slowing it down. One more breath like that, filling the body with the energy that we need today for our practice. And then rest your hand and let's work through the spine here, a few cat-cows. So just drop the shoulders forward. And then as you lift, lift not with the crown of the head here, but with the heart. Lift with that sternum, up, up, up. And then the gaze just naturally goes upward. And then as you drop the shoulders forward, tuck your chin here. Work through the spine, rounding it and straightening it. Maybe even right here, dropping the shoulders down your back, arching a little bit. This time, focus on pulling the belly in as you exhale. And inhale and release that effort. And then come to center. Take your hands up and we'll stretch through the side body here. One side and then the other, a couple of times. Just kind of opening up the ribs here, inviting some energy in. And then wiggling your fingers, draw them out and down. Let's roll the shoulders. Notice how that feels in your body. And if you have any pinching or sharp pain, please stop and consult with your doctor to find out if this practice, this type of practice, is safe for you to do. I think it's mostly safe, but everybody's different. So we just want to check that out, especially if you have pain. Holding the body steady here, lift the heels, lift the toes. Then we'll lift one leg and kick the heel out, bend it and bring it back down, other side. So here we're moving through all of our joints. We move through our shoulders, we move through our neck and spine. Now we're getting into the hips, knees, and ankles. Last time. And then come about to the middle of your chair. Sit just a little taller. And we'll take those arms up. This time we'll interlace the hands and turn the palms up and see how tall we can get. Let's tuck the chin here so that we get that same stretch up through our back of our neck. And then release the hands and let's work with the neck a little bit. So we turn, look over one shoulder, back to center, over to the other shoulder, and back to center. Let's do it again. Notice how your neck feels. And then come center here, and we're going to take the nose into a circle. And in the other direction. Now I want to jut your chin forward and then pull it back as far as you can. And jut it forward and pull it back. One more. And release it down. Well done. Take the feet apart a little bit, bring the knees in, and then push them out. Inner thigh work. And then bringing the feet back in. Cross one ankle in front of the other. Really squeeze the knees together. Take a nice breath, sit a little taller. And then we'll take one arm across and we'll place the other arm on top. See if you can map elbow to elbow. If you can, great. If not, do the best you can. And then you can either grab your shoulders here, so you make a V with your arms in front of your chin, or you might be able to serpentine your arms into eagle arms. Again, squeezing the legs together, lifting the elbows just a little bit off your chest. Hold here. Peekaboo. Have some fun with your yoga. Yes, I do. Take another breath here. Feel the stretch across the shoulders. Let those shoulders round a little forward for this. Stretching across the back of the shoulders. And then we'll slowly, notice what arm's on top. We're going to release that. We're going to bring the other arm on top, switch the feet. So now the other foot is in front. And again, we can hold shoulders here, or we can serpentine the arms. And we're looking straight ahead, so you're probably looking at your wrist as I am, or your thumb. And then we just sit a little taller. Feel that rounding of the upper back here. Invite some change in. Maybe you can drop the shoulders a little bit more forward. Pull the belly in just a little bit more. And then we'll exhale from eagle and we'll release it down. Uncross your feet. Lift your heels, lift your toes, and then maybe roll the shoulders a little back and forward a couple of times. Let's get into the finger joints. So we'll claw and straighten. Claw and straighten. Hopefully you can see that. And now we'll add a yoga pose to that. So sit about the middle of your chair. Separate your feet a little bit. This is called lion's pose. So we'll combine the breath and the clawing and the facial exercises all in one, in a fun pose. So we take a nice deep breath. You might want to watch this one first. Take a deep breath. Fill the lower part of your lungs, and then as you exhale, you're going to lean a little forward. You're going to take your eyes up to look at your eyebrows, and you're going to claw your hands. And here's the best part. We're going to stick out our tongue as we exhale. And release it and take a couple breaths, preparing for the next one. So join me. Let's do lion's pose now. One more. And then pause. I hope you had fun doing that. I did. I like lion's pose. Just gets all the use up oxygen out of the lungs, getting rid of some of the carbon dioxide, I should say. And then we bring that deeper breath in with that next breath. It's wonderful. So now we're going to turn sideways in our chair. One foot to the side of the chair and the other knee straight down towards the floor. And you should feel a little bit of a stretch right here in the front of this leg in the front of the chair. And if you want to scoot close to the edge, about 2 inches of chair is here for me. And send that leg back as much as you need to feel this stretch right here. And if your leg is way back, you might push into the ball of the foot and get a little stretch in the toes. Invite that change. On the toes, it might feel uncomfortable at first. And just release it. And then push back into it. Inviting that change, inviting those muscles in your toes and around your toes to kind of open up and let the fresh energy in, and then release it. One more time. And notice what happens to the body as you push into the foot. It's all connected. And now we'll work into the shoulder again by reaching the arm forward, maybe fold a little at the hip, and look up. Look at your fingertips, reaching for something on that top shelf. Push back into the ball of the foot. And then bring both the knee in and the elbow in towards midline. Push it out again. Look up. And then bring it back. 2 more like that. Join me. And hold here. Bring the knee in and circle the arm around. Once again, getting into the upper body, inviting some change in our shoulders. Supporting ourselves on the opposite thigh, let's take that arm back. You can have a slight bend in the elbow. We're working in the shoulder, so we can have that little bend to allow us to move here. And then bring that down. Now bring that back foot in a lot and take this outside arm and lean towards the back of your chair. Once again, getting that stretch into the side body. Maybe looking up at your elbow or beyond. And then exhale and bring it back down. We're going to take a good twist here. So we're going to take our arms to the opposite sides of the chair behind us. Lift the ribs and turn and look at the back of the chair or beyond the chair. Look at the back of your room. Dropping the shoulders down your back, sitting a little taller, twisting a little deeper. Hold here for 2 more breaths. Invite that change into your breathing, and it will serve your body. On your next exhale, we'll slowly release the body and then the hands and turn to the front of the chair. Let's do a couple of those cat-cows here as we prepare for the other side. And then we'll turn in the other direction now. And we'll start with just letting this outside knee drop down and getting a stretch in the front of the hip here. And to really feel it, we step the toes back just a little, pressing into the ball of the foot. Supporting yourself on the opposite thigh here, sitting tall. And then we push it back and we bring it in. So my leg isn't completely straightening, as you can see, but we're working into the ball of the foot. We're working into those toes, keeping them nice and flexible here. See if you can find that. And then we'll add the arm. We reach the arm up and we look up at our hand or beyond and then bring it back and in. Knee in, elbow in, push it out, and bring it in. And then hold the arm, hold the pose here for a couple of breaths, lifting a little more. Using the side ribs here for the lift. And then bring it in. Take this outside arm up over your ear. Knee is relaxed on the outside of the chair now. And we just lean towards the back of the chair. Invite some change into your side body. Hold here. On an exhale, let's release it. Take hold of the back of your chair again. Sit a little taller and then turn and look at the back of the chair or beyond. And stay here and notice the breath into those side ribs. Notice the long exhale, shoulders down your back, chin maybe slightly tucked. Just invite some change. Change one thing ever so subtly, and over time, change of the bigger sort will happen. You'll have more energy, more flexibility, and more range of motion. And then we'll exhale, slowly untwist, step this foot in, step the other foot forward, and come to the front of your chair again, feet flat on the earth. Take a nice big inhale here, and as you exhale, take the hands to the back of the chair. And you could stay right here. This might be just enough for you. We're going to come into what I call camel in the chair. So we're going to slide the hands down so that my arms are relatively straight. And then we'll lift the heart and arch our back, taking our gaze upward, pushing the heart forward, but drawing the shoulders back and down, engaging the core muscles to hold us steady. And now notice the breath deeper into the front of the belly, hip area. Feet are connected to the earth here. One more breath. In camel. And then we'll exhale. And we'll slowly, slowly release that. And then sit back a little bit in your chair and take another nice inhale here. Wiggle your fingers and bring them down. So we want to separate the feet here and turn the toes out a little bit and have our hands on our thighs. And we're going to circle the upper body, just getting into the hips a little bit. And then circle in the opposite direction. And then bring the feet parallel, hands in front of your heart. And we're going to inhale the hands up and out, and as we bring them behind us, we can either catch the chair, or I like to place the back of my hand on my lower back here. And once we're there, we can fold forward a little bit, lengthening, tucking the chin, and feeling the energy go up that beautiful spine. And then as we release that, the elbows start to drop a little forward. We take the arms out, nice big wings here. Bring them up and bring them in front of your heart. Let's do it a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Take the hands to your back and lean a little forward. Drop the shoulders. Spread the arms out. Really reach those fingertips in opposite directions. And then bring the hands in front of the heart. Let's do it again. One more time. Out. Let's take them up and out, I should say. Hands to the back. And then fold, dropping the shoulders. Spreading the arms, palms together in front of the heart. And then keep the palms here and press into the palms. Really hard. Get the elbows up, lift the chest a little, press, press, press. Now release all that effort and just come to the fingertips here. You can see that. And then we press again. Press, 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 press. Try to keep the hands in front of the heart. And then release it. Now invite this change into the front part of your body, perhaps a little in your shoulders, and definitely into the hands. Release it. Let's connect the breath. Inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, release. Exhale and press. Inhale and release one more time. And release. Give them a shake. Shake them to one side, shake them to the other, getting a little twist going there, releasing a little bit here. And then we'll come to rest the hands on the thighs. So we want to take those arms up again, and we're going to take a deep twist. So we're going to turn to one side and bring the hands back as if you're going to grab the back of the chair with the opposite hand. And then look over your shoulder. And like a big rainbow painted in the sky, let's lift, spread the fingers, take it all the way over to the other side. Inhale up, over to one side. Inhale up, over to the other side. We'll do it one more time. Here we go. Spread the fingers, really feel the reach above you like a big rainbow. And back. And then bring the arms down and let's just roll those shoulders. And back. Let's circle the wrists and circle them in the other direction. And then take one arm across your chest and hug it in. Make a fist and release it. Make a fist and release. One more. And then we'll do the other arm. So we hug that arm in, getting a little stretch in the shoulder. And then we make a fist and release it. One more. Beautiful work here. And then we'll extend one leg and we'll bring the toes up, stretching through the back of the leg. sit a little taller and support yourself on the bent leg, and maybe reach the same side arm out, hovering it over the toes or touching your thigh, your shin, or your toes. Keep your gaze down, but neutral, so we're not tucking the chin just yet. And then we'll come all the way up. Carefully bring that foot in. Stretch out the other foot, other arm, same side foot, same side arm, and we can stay here. We could bring it here, here, or touch your toes. Supporting yourself on the bent leg. One more breath on the exhale. Release it and come up. Sit back a little bit, lift one leg, kick it out, bring it in and plant it. Up, out, in, and down. Now we're going to step it out to the side and take side angle here. Draw the ribs closer to the spine and circle this top arm here. And let's circle it in the other direction. And then let the arm lift you as you come up, and we'll take it to the other side. We step, well, first let's lift and kick a couple of times. Just get that leg ready. And then we'll step it out to the side, take side angle, draw the spine long, take that top arm over your ear if you can. Keep your gaze forward, or you can take it up to the sky a little bit. And we're going to circle the arm. Now, one of the things you can do here to invite change is follow your fingers with your eyes and kind of get a little movement in your neck. And give that a try. Well, let's reverse it, so we go in the other direction now. Slowing it down. And next time it comes up, let it lift the body up and step that foot back in, and just rock side to side, shifting your weight. Shifting your weight primarily in your hips, but you do feel it in the feet. And then we'll place the feet together. Now, I don't have shoes on today, so I can get the bottoms of my feet together. If you have shoes on, just come to the pinky side or the little toe side of your foot. Knees out, sitting taller. Butterfly in the chair. And then carefully bring the knees together and release that down. Now take the knees wide. I'm on the corner of my chair, well supported. And then I'm going to drop one shoulder in the center and lift it. And the other shoulder and lift it. Rocking inward, lifting. And every time I lift, I try to invite some change by lifting a little taller. It's just using my breath to lift the body here on the inhale allows me to think about sitting taller. Give it a try. Use your breath. So we exhale here, and then we inhale nice and tall. One more each side. Keep those knees out, pointing towards your toes. Don't let them drop in. And then come all the way up and heel toe the feet to center here. Sit back a little bit more in your chair. Make sure your feet are making excellent contact with Earth, because we can draw energy from Mother Earth here. We sit tall, roll the shoulders down your back, and breathe here, in and out. Notice your breath. Place one hand on your belly. Are you still breathing into that diaphragm? Hopefully. Are your exhales slow? We'll stay here for a few breaths to slow that exhale down. Moving the joints, moving the arms, the legs today might have increased your heart rate, which is a good thing. And then we just want to bring it back to neutral now. Our normal heart rate, our normal sense of breathing. but not the same body, because we invited change in today. So we have a little more motion, range of motion, flexibility, and even strength in our arms, legs, and torso. Bring your hands in front of your heart and just close your eyes for a minute. You might take the thumbs and touch them to the sternum for that little bit of connection in the body. And the eyes glance down or close. And again, notice your breath. And then rub your palms and hover them over your eyes, opening your eyes into that new energy that you invited in today. Hands to the heart and bow to your body for its fabulous work today. Thanks for joining me for this practice in the chair. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified the next time I post a video. Namaste.